and today I am going to share my journey and talk about the 3 mantras that changed my life. So let's come to the 3 mantras first. The first one, believe. Because nothing in this world is greater than your belief in yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Second, stay rooted. Because everyone is brought up with its own values and ethics. Don't forget, we must not forget our struggles and experiences that have made us who we are today. And third, never say no. Because life is full of opportunities and we must be optimistic towards every step that we take in our life. So my name Sushmita is inspired by Sushmita Singh ma'am, and I always knew that at some point in my life I'd try my hand of feet in modeling or acting, but I never knew when. I am a hardcore tomboy at heart. All my friends are boys, a bond that I share with my brothers from past 13 years. I was a kid who was known to be seen everywhere, be it sports, dance. I was a kid who loved exploring. So I was in my 10th grade and I used to go to these coaching classes, and these classes used to have these annual functions every year, where kids from different schools from the same city came together and performed various arts. So I formed a dance group, and since I was fascinated by modeling and acting, I wanted to give a shot at the fashion show that was happening simultaneously. So on the day of the auditions, there I was, Sushmita the Explorer, standing in the queue. And the moment I went up to the stage, the head of the department, the ma'am who was sitting there to audition all of us, lashed a comment on me saying that you are not girlish beautiful enough to walk the ramp. Maybe you can wear something boyish and try again. That comment led to other kids to begin gossiping and laughing at me. They started bullying me, body shaming me. But since I was a fun kid, I took it sportively and went on with my day. After a few hours, I recalled that moment with that teacher. And I started wondering that why would a teacher tell me something like that? Am I really that ugly? Now just imagine a 15-year-old girl questioning and doubting her own abilities. So I went up home, I told my mom what had happened. And what she said actually changed my life. She said that you have a universe inside of you. Every human being on this earth is capable of doing or conquering everything he or she can ever imagine of. Facial beauty is just temporary, but inner beauty is something that people are going to remember you for. And what she said changed my life forever. That day a new me was born with 3 mantras to follow. And now, equipped with these 3 mantras, as soon as my boards were over, I went to a lot of training institutes to learn more about modeling and pageantry. I convinced my parents to let me travel at a tender age of 15. I was asking them to walk an unknown path with me. And being from a simple family with no ties to the industry, I knew that it was going to be difficult. So I started competing in local pageants, and one thing led to another. And as I said, never say no. Because if not for those small steps, I wouldn't be here. Start taking these small steps, because every step that you take today is helping you get closer to your dream. See, we all are humans. It's okay to be late. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to have those sleepless nights, because we all do. We all have our paths to live on to and to create one. But our experiences are going to stay with us and speak for us forever. I got unplaced and I got lost a lot of times because I didn't know what was actually happening at that period. I was trying so hard to be everywhere, but all I could see was failure. I started breaking at some point because things started to rewind for me. I started to recall that moment with that teacher, because every step that I took, I had somebody to tell me that you are not perfect, you are not beautiful, you have a big nose, you are dark, you are this, you are that. And I got lost in that process. So I took some time to process everything and to find my answers. And what I found actually changed my life. I found out that even after trying so hard, even after slogging hard every day, I was not loving myself and I was not believing in myself. I was trying to be someone who I was not. I forgot that nobody in this world is perfect. I was trying to be perfect. Whenever I went to a pageant, whenever I started competing, I used to go into the room and compare myself to everybody. I had forgotten to embrace myself. And most especially, I got so lost in the process that I forgot that I had people who actually loved me and who thought that I was great. I had given so much of my energy to all those negative stuff that I couldn't understand that where I was going wrong. But that day, I promised myself to attract more goodness and to be good, to be a good soul especially. So again, the second step that I took was I turned my nose into a yes. So if you say that, if I think that I'm not beautiful, I would tell myself that I am beautiful and I would repeat that to myself until I believe in it. And mind you, it helped me grow tremendously. I started seeing difference between the things that had started happening around me. I started looking at people and I started looking at good people coming to me, good energies coming back from the universe to me. And mind you, it doesn't mean that things had become very easy for me, but I did face those challenges with an optimistic mind. So after a few years, I went to a national pageant. I won that. But just because the US Embassy didn't feel that and didn't consider that pageant to be reputed enough, I couldn't represent India internationally that year. That was a very big setback for me. But since I was in a transition of becoming an optimistic person, I believed that what had happened for good. And something bigger was waiting for me. And I again kept repeating that until I believed in it. After 2 years, I turned 18 and I thought of giving a shot at another national pageant. And by that time, I was a completely different person. A girl who didn't care about what the outcome was. And I loved myself by then. And how I did that was, I walked into every room like I belonged there. I had stopped comparing myself to others. Because there might be some good people, there might be some beautiful, amazing people around me, but I believed in the power of me is nothing less than anybody. And there I was the winner of Miss Teen World India 2019 and 2020. So now, what's a victory after a challenge? What's a victory without a challenge? I had exactly 14 days to prepare for my international pageant. Now mind you, this is a very short period for anybody to prepare for any kind of an international competition, where girls from different countries are coming together, where they have trained for months and some for almost a year. Now there was no time to regret or look back at the past. So I went on and prepared how much I could. My parents made big sacrifices and I met some amazingly talented people where I never thought that I would meet such people in my process. I could see that the universe was giving back all those good energies in form of good people because I myself was turning into a good soul who didn't really care about the outcome but who was growing every single day. I met an amazing mentor who transformed me in 4 days. And I flew to San Salvador, the capital of El Salvador, for my internationals. And I believed that the crown was mine and I'm just going there to bring that crown back for my country. Rather than focusing on competing and beating out those other contestants, I focused more on learning and growing. So I had learned basics to a new language, I had learned about more cultures. I was growing every single day of that pageant. And ultimately, we had the grand finale day of Miss Teen World Mundial 2019. On that stage, I had accepted myself the way I was, the way I looked, and the queen within me who had survived all those emotional and mental wars. Things had become more clear for me on that stage. I spoke from my heart because I knew that if I would pretend to be someone else, if I would lie on that stage, it would just make me look like a modern regular hustler. I was not ashamed to let my experiences and struggles speak for me. I was grateful to have those experiences, and if you would ask me today, I would not change even a single thing from my past, because everything that I did, every struggle and every experience that I've gained in my past has made me the Sushmita that you're witnessing today. I had people who loved me, I had great friends, my great family, my amazing mentor, and I had all their blessings and good energies with me on that stage. And I believe that I was not just standing alone, but I was there facing the world with all those hundreds and thousands of people who believed in me. So I was asked that what would you do if you would win that night? I said that I was told that I was not beautiful enough to try or even think of getting into modeling or pageantry. But I would like to stand up for all those girls who believe in their dreams, irrespective of what field they would want to be in. Even though we had a language barrier, just because I spoke from my heart, the audience got touched, and there the history was created when India and Asia won their first Miss Teen World 2019 and 20 crown. Just be true to yourself, because once you accept yourself the way you are, your actual growth starts. If I wouldn't have come out to my parents about how others treated me and what I actually wanted to do, the fear of being a good child would only block me from their power of love. I urge you to tell your parents about everything that you would want to. It's you who needs to understand them and love them, for them to support you back. Every parent would want you to be successful, every parent would want you to be focused more in education. But personally, I stuck to what I had to, but also simultaneously I made sure that I performed well in the areas where they actually wanted me to. See, it's a two-way process. You have to be a good soul for you to attract good people, and that's what I did. Let your goodness be your pride. Let your pride be your crown. Because every legend is made with good experiences, with good people. So, here I am, Sushmita Singh, Miss Teen World 2019 and 20, the Youth Ambassador for Road Safety World Series, a platform that I share alongside Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, a national athlete and actor, a proud entrepreneur, and what I've just shared with you is my journey from rejection to dream. And I believe that you could join me as you claim your crown and we create a wonderful world for the universe.